got nowhere to sit that drum down at. What's up? What's up?
Let me try to
What
follow.
up? We here. Philly is in the building. Eagles with a pretty decisive, should have been more decisive victory over Tampa Bay. First of all, welcome to Philly
Here we
Uncensored
go.
Podcast.
My bad. Joe
So,
Mixon, my fantasy stats. I needed that.
all right, yeah, relax. We're talking about the Eagles now. We don't care about nobody else. It's Eagles over everybody. Yo, what's up with everybody in the chat so far? I see y'all. Mark, sexy scenarios. What's going on? Fly Eagles fly is absolutely right. It was a pretty dominant performance. Could have been or should have been even more dominant. I want to see a Miami KC dominant type game. And we really did dominate the game defensively, offensively for the majority part of the game. We had probably close to 500 yards in total offense. I know at one point we had 400. That was even before our last drive. So we probably ended with at least 460, 470 yards of total offense. We held them to probably underneath 200 total yards of offense. Them two D tackles, Davis and Carter, is animals. I mean, them boys is crazy. I gotta give a lot of props to Blankenship. He was flying all over the place. I nicknamed him Blanken Lynch. He was like John Lynch, one of the best white safeties of all time. Blankenship was balling. Had the interception. He had some great tackles. He was flying all over the place. I had to give him some props too with this game. Defense in general played well, and offense was like I said, it was good. They was moving the ball, but in the red zone, some opportunities to capitalize, we did not capitalize, and we cannot forget about the Bull Swift. He was going off. Philly boy. That's that Philly blood. That Philly blood a little different. It's almost like that Southern County, like that Virginia, Atlanta blood. That Philly blood a little different. You see Swift Pops? Can we sign Swift Pops for either to the DN or possibly to the training staff? This dude was huge. You look like CT Fletcher.
Yeah, beast.
But all that being said, go ahead. What's your thoughts? It was a great win. I'm very satisfied with the outcome. I wanted a little bit more, so I'm a little irritated. But what's your thoughts?
It was a good win, man. I'm happy with the win. A couple things. The secondary a little bit. I'm scared what's going to happen if they get tested. I still seen a couple blown coverages. Early in the game, they could have had a touchdown early, took the lead, but fortunately Evans didn't hold on to that ball. I don't know how he was wide open in the back of the end zone or on the side of the end zone like that. I've seen a couple, but the D line looked nice. Secondary scares me a little bit. I know they got some injuries. Joe was getting his welcome to the NFL night, but listen. Why we get away from the run sometime? I don't. I know. I understand you have to keep teams off balance, but when we got in the red zone the first time, I felt we got too pass happy. I felt we should have had mixed a couple runs in there, maybe some screens. We got a little too pass happy. A couple things miscommunication. Some things we still got time to clean up. I actually thought the schedule was tougher. For some reason, they said we had one of the hardest schedules, but you know, the NFL sometimes how teams turn over. The schedule don't look hard till we get to Miami.
I think me and Wayne didn't me and Wayne say that. I think the
I
last
don't know.
time
Did y'all say that? Did y'all say that on the pod last time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Said that in the pod.
So we got time to clean it up though. We got time to clean it up. But Swift though, the way Swift running, he could try to chase 2,000 yards the way he running. He didn't even play the whole fourth quarter. He played half of the first, didn't play the whole fourth, and still had over 100 rushing yards.
Yeah, he played like 2 quarters. That's facts. He played like the second and third quarter was he got most of his yards at. That's
that was ridiculous. But that O line. Now when the guy that got hurt, did he come back? He wouldn't attempt. What's the tackle name? We gotta see what's going on with him.
Landon
Dickerson. That O line is important. And Covey, hats off to Covey. I don't want to get too wordy, but Covey looked like the human joystick out there. What was going on?
He was. Go ahead, Tim.
All right. First of all, what's up, everybody? X-Men, Philly Noise,
Sergeant Bass.
Oh, y'all, thanks for the support.
Brandon, what's up?
We appreciate y'all. Thanks for we just appreciate y'all family at this point.
Philly T Noise.
Yeah, but Marky Mark. But here's what I'll say. I'm gonna get my game ball right away. My game ball goes to. I'm gonna give it to AJ Brown. I gave mine last week to which we call it Swift, but today is gonna go to AJ Brown. Even though he had a touchdown and the weather had a lot to do with it, but that was a
bread basket.
It really was. But he finished with over 131 yards receiving, so he had a good game. 131 receiving, average 14 yards a catch. That's nice. And key first down that he made at the end is pretty much the game.
He had a couple key first downs for throughout the game.
Yeah, so this was they must have saw something on paper where they're like, yo, this is gonna be the AJ Brown game, and it truly was. Again, like y'all said, y'all mentioned earlier, those tackles, those two defensive Georgia Bulldogs in the middle. Our future's in good hands right now at that tackle position.
That's facts.
DeAndre Swift, though, props to him. I was a fan of Miles Sanders. I thought he was a good back, but this is definitely an upgrade from what we had before. He's definitely an upgrade. He's smart too, which I like. And like you said, he didn't even have to play in the fourth quarter that much, and he just balled out.
I don't think he played at all in the fourth quarter.
Jalen didn't have one of his better games. I'll admit, to me, this was like a C+ game. I mean, and the reason why I would say C+ is because of 2 interceptions. That means something. One of them was really bad. I don't know who he was trying to hit, but he still played. He still played well. The thing is, we 3-0. And I think if you look at, let me ask you this: out of the 3 remaining 3-0 teams, are we the worst of the 3?
Who's the remaining 3-0 team?
Who the remaining 3-0? Miami.
The Dolphins, the 49ers, and us.
I'll probably. I mean, seeing that we are the Super Bowl contending team out of the 3 teams that's left, I would still naturally give us the nod. But if you just base it off of this year, I mean, you would have to probably say Miami 1, I would say us 2, and San Fran 3. Okay. Miami, that 70-point performance was special. Yeah. I know Denver laid a goose egg defensively, but still 70 points was crazy. And Tyreek Hill and Tua look like they're on the whole other level right now, and they got Waddle. They got weapons for days.
They do.
Days. And Tyreek Hill has to start being talked about as one of the best receivers in the NFL right now. I think he's number 1 on my list. I know a lot of people like Justin Jefferson and the boy, Chase and all that, but the boy Tyreek Hill he's special. He's different, man. But this game, I agree with y'all with a lot. I would probably give my game ball to what you would call AJ Brown. He did have a good game. He did drop. Somebody said in the comment section, I seen a couple people say 2 touchdown passes. I remember one specifically that drew on the sideline. The other one kind of slant. It was kind of high. I think that's what they're talking about. That slant when Jalen threw it kind of high in the end zone. They kind of hit off his fingertips a little bit. I don't really count it as a drop. That was kind of a high thrown pass. Jalen, I give Jalen I'll give him a B-. The 2 picks. The 1 pick was a bad. It's one of those routes where you could go where the receiver decides where he's going to run, and it was Swift. Swift was in the slot, and it's one of those option routes where you can either take it out or take it across the middle. I guess Jalen assumed he was going to take it, kind of just turn around and stop.
See, I'm playing that
Swift
one.
Actually ran the right route. Swift ran to daylight. He was wide open. If he'd have hit him on that middle route, that was open. So it's kind of a miscommunication thing.
I kind of blame Swift on that one.
No, I don't blame Swift. Swift actually made the right read. Swift
might have made the right read on like in theory, but if you know where your quarterback is going, you need to go. That's where you need to
It's not, but it's not. There are routes when you decide where to go based on the coverage. And that's where Jalen has to be thinking the game with Swift. If you see the opening is to the right, go to the right. Like if you know a little bit about route running and a route tree, there's several routes on some plays. There's several options you can take when running a route. You can go left, you could go on the slant, or you could go on a comeback curl. I think he was looking for him to do a kind of a stop comeback, and Swift broke it to the outside, which he was wide open. If he hit through that pass, that might have been a touchdown.
If he was a wide receiver, he would have made that. He would have made that the right read.
Yeah,
we tried to throw it. We tried to throw. Our offense does seem a little vanilla, but whose fault is that?
I agree, X-Man.
Is that the offensive coordinator's fault, or is that the quarterback? Is that's a combination? It's something they have to figure out. Sometimes I don't know if the route sometimes I think they're trying to do these deep routes, so they long developing routes. They're trying to push them down the field so the quarterback got standing there. So maybe they got to get more in the system, more into the quick routes, which it seemed like they was getting into later in the game. You had Jalen actually recognizing the blitz and doing some nice reads in that. I give Jalen a C. To me, both and you can't kill
the other interception was a great defensive play. It was a great play defensively, I think.
Yeah, but he didn't have the arm to stick it in there with that throw. Because the ball kind of hung a little bit.
I just think
he hung a little bit.
I think he could have placed it a little bit more to the corner, but I mean, you're talking about a pass 35, 40 yards downfield. I can't be too mad at that. Sometimes the defense makes a great play.
Yeah, sometimes your ball can hang a little bit because Devontae was waiting for it for a minute. You know what I mean? So could have got there a little earlier.
Yeah,
but I give him a C. I give him a C. It seemed like they made some adjustments. Because at first the blitz was giving him some problems, but it seemed like they made some adjustments. He did make one great play pass on the blitz where he stepped to the left, ran and threw. I forget who he threw the ball to. It was a third down play. Picked that up, but it's still some things that they got to work on.
What was Zacchaeus? Zacharias? What's the ball name? Number 13.
Not the touchdown play.
Oh, okay. That was a great throw, by the way. That touchdown play.
The touchdown play was a good play.
His name, y'all. Tell me in the comment section. Is that Zach?
It was a good play.
It's like a biblical
play. They got Goddard involved, which I like. I like that they got Goddard involved too. On some, not just on those screens, but on some nice routes. So we slowly but surely, but I think we start with that run game. That run game opens up a lot, man. So to me, I feel don't go to it late and get away from it early. You still gotta fit that in there.
Zacchaeus.
To me, with this O-line, we're a running team.
I mean, the O-line is dominant. Even though those quarterback sneaks, they said they was practicing the quarterback sneak all week long, still couldn't stop it. Nothing they could do about it.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, and the only way you're going to stop that play is NFL going to have to rule it out, especially with Jalen behind the helm.
Next year, I think they will.
I think they will too. The reason why I gave him a B, Jalen, because outside of the 2 picks, he made some great throws to put us in position to win that game. Some clutch third down throws. The couple plays he hung in there in the pocket. The pass over across the middle to Zacchaeus, was so perfect. The DB jumped and the joint just went right over his hands. It was a perfect pass in the breadbasket under duress. He had a little time, but by the time he threw it, he was actually getting hit or right about to get hit. He had some great plays, some great clutch, third down slant plays and all that kind of stuff. Great decision making. That's why I give him a B. The 2 interceptions is football. It's like Kawhi said about shooting air balls. Remember they had that whole thing about practice, and they said when you shoot air balls in the Clippers practice, they wanted you to do like some wind sprints or something. And Kawhi said, "I'm not doing this basketball. It happens. Interceptions happen sometimes. You try to make a play downfield, they got some. Defenses there. They get paid too. They make great plays. Some of the plays happen, but I think all in all, I think he played. That was a B performance. More upset about, and I agree with John Key when he was saying about the offense and the movement, especially in the red zone. Our offense seemed to stifle. We moved the ball up and down the field all night. We really got stifled in the red zone is where we got stifled. So we should have had 35 to 40 points in this game. Early should have been 35 to 40 points in this game. That's the one thing that kind of upset me about this game. I wanted more points.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was a good game. It was a good team game, like the Bull Wayne said. Actually, the defense been starting off. Granted, we ain't playing no great QBs, but the defense the last 2 games, I think, kind of held it together till the offense got it on. Offense started off pretty good, except that that 4th down. Hold on, what y'all think about us going for that 4th down early? Do y'all agree with that? That 4th and 2 that we didn't get was that our first drive?
Yeah, I think that was our second drive. I'm cool with that.
I think that was our second or first drive.
It was the first drive.
It was our first drive.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool with that. That's the way he's been playing all last year. That's the kind of coach that that he is. So I'm fine with him from him going plays like
I
that.
didn't like the run. I didn't like the fact that we ran it. I rather
Nah, I didn't either. Especially,
I agree with that. Now the play call you could call in question, but I'm not
Yeah.
mad at them going for it on fourth down.
TDs win games. I agree, but it's still early. You still got to get points on the board because sometimes that momentum of football, man, is crazy. So sometimes you do got to take the points. I understand. It wasn't like you can get an easy four. It was a long 4th and 2.
But I think they got the mindset like I had when Tim was talking about Tampa 2-0 team. Tampa's sweet. I didn't have no faith in who they was the team.
I didn't either.
I don't have
so if you playing Miami or if you playing KC, do you kick the field goal?
You might, yeah. Based on who you playing, that I think that should play a factor in your decision making. You know how good the team is, giving them momentum, giving them the ball back in certain field positions and all that kind of stuff like that. I think that stuff does matter when you kind of making those decisions. Tampa's sweet. I told Tim was scared to death. Like, oh man, they took
No, nobody was scared.
He was.
Third. I was
He
like,
was shook.
I picked this to go 9-0. I did a video already.
You did. The video was weak, but we're not going to talk about that. But no, I hate it. But the thought from you was Tampa's better than what they are, and I told you they are what I said they was. They're not that good of a team. They came early, got 2 victories. One I think was against. Who was it against?
Minnesota, wasn't it?
It was Minnesota, and the other one was somebody.
It was the Browns. It was the Bears. The Bears.
Yeah, there we go. That's what it was, the Bears. And I said, I don't believe them. They got that first win opening day. Anybody can get a win opening day because nobody really ready yet. It's still preseason. And then they also played the Bears, who nobody believes in. The Bears mess around and go 0-17 this year. But I wasn't convincing them. I don't trust their quarterback. What's his name?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. I don't trust Baker. They D is solid, but they we got Jalen, we got AJ Brown, we got Smith. The one thing I did notice on the sideline, the young boy Penny looked a little irritated. Penny looked like he wanted to get some clock. He was looking.
He should have got some. He should have got some.
He should have got some.
He kind of shifted all the momentum that last game when he got in last time. I was like,
nah, he should have got some. He should have got some.
Healthy again, so now the game was healthy. He ain't getting in.
I didn't realize how many yards he averaged per carry with Seattle the last two seasons he played with them. He averaged over 6 yards a carry. 1 year he had 119 carries. I think the final year he had like 58. I'm not sure if he got hurt while his carry declined, but both years he averaged 6.1 and 6.7 yards a carry. So Penny a beast. We need to get him in this offense. He might actually be better than Gainwell. We need to get him in his offense a little bit more.
I don't know what the love affair with Gainwell is myself, to be honest with you. But he's okay. He's a change of pace, catch the ball at the backfield. But to me, my bread and butter would be Swift and Penny. Penny probably signed here thinking he would get opportunity. Miles Sanders was leaving, and then he's sitting here and it's a blowout game, and he can't even get his cleats dirty.
It's all right.
So,
it's a long season, though. It's a long season.
Yeah, I know.
This is game 3, and we got a short week. Remember, we got a 1:00 game on Sunday, so we may see him in another 6 nights. So we good.
Yeah, I agree with Tizo. I'm not impressed with Gainwell at all. He had a horrible first game, got himself hurt. but this is my point. Gainwell had a horrible first game, right? Gets himself hurt, and he still gets a ton of touches. And you give Penny like 1 or 2 touches that one game. So I would feel a certain way myself too.
Yeah, Penny.
I came here, I signed with y'all, thinking y'all going to give me a shot to get in this rotation. You got Boston's got hurt. You only got 3 running backs, and you don't give me not a near handoff in the game where you just running the clock out.
Yeah, that was a little corny. I ain't like that neither. I mean, and plus you got to remember, dude's got careers on the line. Like he's trying to get with another team and possibly a starting position. He's only 27. And his career, as we know, his running backs is short. So you got to 30 years old, and then you're on the decline. So he got legitimately 3 more years left, and his clock is ticking. And he want to get in, play some ball, and get another big contract, or at least a half-decent contract before he get out the game. So I ain't mad at him. If I was him, I'd be on the sideline. He wasn't You could tell the player ready to get in the game because he wasn't sitting on the bench. He was standing directly on the sideline. Looked like next to the running back coach, like, yo, I'm ready. Whenever you want to let me get in, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. I will be in the air. Like everybody, I mean, this is your career is short, man. No knock on Gainwell, but it's like somebody said, Gainwell been kind of unimpressive this year. He had a pretty decent year last year. This year, he ain't been that impressive, and you got to let everybody eat a little bit. You got to get Penny in that game.
But one, we know if DeAndre Swift keep playing like this, he won't be here next year. I'll tell you that right now.
What you mean? Somebody else going to we're not going to sign
Eagles him? They're not signing. He gonna want money.
So that's what we saving Penny for.
Probably, but you got listen. If the boy had 2 games, what do he have? 13 carries for like 100.
They're not really playing running backs like that in the league.
Miles Sanders got paid. He can get something. He can get something.
Maybe
that's a sad state of affairs because as you see tonight, without Swift, we in a dogfight. We might. I'm not gonna say we would have lost, but this game would have been a lot closer when he had Swift. That running game is very important. It surprises me how they do try to devalue the running backs as much as they do, but at the same time, the importance of a running game. It's funny like how the NFL go through like shifts or even sports in general, because one team kind of like you got Kansas City who didn't really have a real crazy running game like that. They won a Super Bowl, so everybody start thinking this week. No, he got Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is different. Everybody don't have Patrick Mahomes. Most people have regular, very good quarterbacks. Yeah, I mean, be honest with you, like Hurts is above average quarterback, but even an above average quarterback, you still need running game wide receivers.
We got a hater in the chat.
Mahomes is on a level all to himself up there with, he's gonna be one of the greats with Tom Brady and all that. Like you still need a running game for the majority of these quarterbacks, Cousins and Allen and Burrow and Hurts. You need a running game. So pay these dudes what they need to be paid to keep your team successful. Because without Swift tonight, we ain't looking at a win like we looking at tonight. That's facts.
But you also got to keep in mind though, the last 3 weeks, 3 out of 2 weeks, we had bad weather. We had,
and that's hey, look, it's the embodiment.
That's why the running game more important.
The running game is so important. You never know. You always got every year. You got at least probably 5 to 6 bad weather games.
Yeah,
and with the weather getting crazier, you probably gonna have more. Every time you turn around, it's a storm somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're going to need running back. Running back, I agree, X-Men. Running backs is mad important to win chips. Mad important. You got to start paying these dudes their monies, but the players union and all that and agents, they got to do a better job of getting these running backs paid. They value is high.
Yeah.
But
because running backs were high at one point when it was to do Bell. Remember Le'Veon Bell set out that year, got paid.
Yeah.
There's a couple. I mean, look at they cut Cook. Remember Minnesota released Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
Who the only running back really getting paid right now is Derrick Henry. I'm trying to think who else got money.
Yeah, I know. Miles got 24 million, 25 million from the Carolina.
Yeah, he stole that.
No,
he ain't no Miles. I ain't mad at Miles. Go get your paper, young king.
I'm not mad at him, but I never thought he was that good. He's good, but he's not. He's like a straight ahead hit the hole. If he hit the hole and nothing in front of him, but he not shifty. He can't listen. Swift is a way better, just pure running back than Sanders. The power, the swiftiness, the know when to lower your head and get them extra yards, the know how to turn it up in the hole. Change the direction. Swift, nice man. He nice.
Impressive because he got a very unique combination of power and shiftiness. That is very rare to get a running back who's that shifty but packs that type of power, and that's what he brings.
Oh yeah, Chubb blew his knee out for the season.
Yeah,
that was sad.
What's up, Edie Crack?
Chubb is different though.
Now we got a Tampa fan, Mary, saying the Eagles overrated. Yeah, I figured that would come from a Tampa fan after that spanking that y'all took. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you're a Tampa fan or a Dallas fan. It was nice to see them lose yesterday too. So that was real treat. We had a good weekend this weekend. Yeah. Dallas took that L. We won. Dallas got smacked around. Tim Boy Dak threw a crucial pick.
It was
Washington lost. Remember the Commanders was 2-0 too.
Yeah, they got spanked. Good to see. Nice to see. I do think Tua gonna have a problem against our front four though. Our front four is a problem.
And I do want to walk something back. At first, I said one of them interceptions.
Oh, you're a Dolphin fan? Okay. Tip my hat to you. You're a Dolphin fan. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Go ahead, Wong. I'm sorry.
No, I said I want to walk back. When I look back at both of the interceptions by Jalen, they weren't bad reads at all. It just what he fell.
Here you go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
When I just watched the replay of both of them. They wasn't bad reads. One is just that Swift. I just don't even think him and Swift was on the same page. And then on the other interception, it was just that the ball just didn't get there. The ball
it floated. The ball floated too much, right?
It didn't float too much. The ball he just made it good.
Okay. It was the rain and the wind.
It was the rain. The ball jumped the route real good. He just jumped it. That actually was going to be a nice touchdown for the boy Devontae.
No, it was. It was a good look. Bull just made a great play on it. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it go like that. I thought Mike Evans had maybe the catch of the year. That catch was incredible across the middle. One hand being contacted in the air. That grab was crazy. I love that catches like that. Yeah. But what y'all think before we get out of here? I know we was talking about this by ourselves. Who would you rather have? Vick, Shady, and D Jack, or Jalen, Swift, and AJ Brown? Or you can even add all four. Shady, Vick, D-Jack, and Macklin, or Smith, Brown, Swift, and Jalen Hurts. Who you taking?
That's a very good
and add them with this defense that we got. I think if you put Shady, Vick, Deshaun, and Macklin all them together, and you put us with this defense, I think we win the championship.
As far as the Eagles running back, Swift is probably the closest to Shady. He ain't doing with Shady. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about his shiftiness. Shady was different, though. Shady was different, man.
Shady was special. Shady may be, in my opinion, I got to go through the list, but he may be a top 25 back of all time. Shady was special.
I'm going to go with Shady. I'm going to take everybody but the quarterback. I would take Jalen.
Okay. Okay.
You know what?
Go ahead. What's your reason? Tell us what's your reasoning, because Vick is special, bro. Vick is special.
Vick, to me, he had one of the prettiest deep balls ever.
Of all time.
He had a strong arm, he had a cannon.
Rifle.
But up here, it didn't register a lot. And you need that to win. That's the only thing I'm taking. I'm taking Hurts' brain. But everything else about Vick, I'm keeping. But Vick was trying to keep running the ball, keep getting injured, pretend like he didn't understand that, just live to play the next leg. It's okay. Let that ball go.
Okay, that's not the question I asked you. Which four are you taking? You doing all this mansplaining. What four are you taking?
I got to switch. I'm switching out the quarterback, but I'm taking anybody else.
That's not that's how it go. That's not how it go.
Anybody can switch anybody. We're not asking you that. We ask you, what four are you taking?
I'm going to take Devontae reluctantly because ain't nobody.
Okay.
D-Jax is different, man. He one of the greatest wide deep threats ever to play in the game. I mean, they just needed more time, to be honest with you. They just needed more time and a real coach to believe in each other.
Yeah, I'm taking Vick and them. Vick and them that team could have been special if we ain't had that dope Chip Kelly come in there and destroy this team like that.
Yeah. I agree. I think I might lean toward that. I much as I like Jalen, I like AJ Smith and Swift. That D-Jack Macklin, even Macklin actually was a baller.
But AJ is better than AJ. If you rather have AJ Macklin over AJ?
No. If you would have to match AJ up with Deshaun Jackson and Macklin up with Devontae Smith. So I would take AJ over D-Jack for the simple fact that he's a bigger wide receiver that could do a little bit more. But yeah. D-Jack was it's not by a large portion. It's not by, if I'm taking AJ Brown, it's not by much. D-Jack is still one of the greatest deep threats in NFL history. Still.
You see this? You taking McNabb, Westbrook, and Owens?
That's another. Hey, okay, Uncle. I like your throwing there. Okay, McNabb, Westbrook, and T.O. But who your fourth wide receiver? Who you throwing in there? Fred X?
Todd Pinkston. Todd Pinkston. Todd Pinkston just messes it all up.
Well, Westbrook and Owens themselves carry a lot of weight. And McNabb balled out with them dudes. That's a good one. That's a good one. Eli said he's taking Hurts enough. I'm not mad at that. They just came off the Super Bowl. Eli said Vick didn't have all the right mechanics. What you mean by that? That he ain't have all the right. I think Vick problem, and I do agree with Tim a little bit with the head factor. Vick wasn't a thrower who threw an anticipation type though. One thing I do see Hurts throw is he released the ball before dudes start turning. I've rarely seen Vick do that. Vick could rifle, and he had the arm to when you made the cut or you made the turn, he could get it there.
See, that lies in the problem sometimes with quarterbacks with strong arms.
Yes,
exactly.
And Hurts kind of has to do that because his arm ain't strong enough to do it late.
Yeah, I mean, it's still regardless whether it's stronger. I kind of agree. He don't have the biggest arm, but it's still a smart throw to be able to throw before the receiver makes his break. Or once he starts making his break, to be able to throw that ball and get it there. It's still a smart throw because it don't give the defense time to react.
Y'all playing sports politics now. Y'all trying to make a strength a weakness. That's just a pure strength that Hurts has.
Eli said McNabb didn't have no testicular fortitude.
or
no. Vick and Andy together was incredible. I agree, X-Man. That year when the bull Hoying got hurt and Vick came in there, or Kevin Cobb, and Vick came in there. Come on, man. That was special. That was special, bro. But we can talk about that. We can talk about that later in the show. Y'all can keep throwing it out there in the comment section if y'all want to. If somebody watch the video later on, with three. I do like the T.O. McNabb and Westbrook combination. You could definitely throw that in there. Because Westbrook was the man too. Westbrook was nice. He could catch, run the whole nine.
He was. Return punts, all that.
That team was a Super Bowl team. The only reason why we lost, in my opinion, was they got injured. That my fullback, I forget his name. That fullback that we had made us so special. And when he went down, we just wanted the same. Then T.O. got injured, broke his fibula, and I think he broke.
We still went to the Super Bowl that year.
We did, but we lost that fullback that we lost. I can't think of his name.
McNabb choked the Super Bowl.
We got cheated too a little bit. I gotta remember Bill Belichick was doing the recording.
Remember McNabb threw that pick though?
Yeah, I remember
going down in the drive and he threw that pick.
There was a couple things in that Super Bowl that went wrong though. That pick, he also underthrew Westbrook before that.
I think he threw 3 picks. McNabb threw 3 picks that Super Bowl.
But the last pick was kind of a Hail Mary type, John.
Yeah, one got returned for a touchdown.
I didn't agree with the choice for Andy Reid to go for the onside kick after we scored. That was dumb. It put us out of position because we had all 3 timeouts, and if I'm not mistaken, we also had the 2-minute warning. So we have 4 timeouts, and instead of kicking the ball, knowing New England was just going run the clock out, you stop them and they punt. That puts them in better field position. We onside kick, so by the time they punted, they pinned us back inside our 20. That was stupid. If we would have kicked off regular, then made them punt, we probably got the ball maybe around a 40, 35, 40-yard line, give or take. That'll put us in way better position to try to score. That was a bad call. I never forget when he did that. I said it was stupid when he did it, and I still say it's dumb today. But you live and you learn. Way one.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap. We'll be right back 6 days later. Don't forget, in less than a week, the Sixers report to training camp. So it's gonna be a whole new regime coming up soon. So y'all be seeing us a lot more.
Somebody said what you think about that Uber sign. I love it.
I do like the Uber sign.
I do too.
Yeah, we needed more athleticism. We were screaming for that, especially me in particular, but that's neither here nor there.
Actually, I was screaming for that for the wing.
Yeah, I'm glad we got it. And I'm glad we got it. But y'all have a good night.
Yeah,
we'll
like,
see you on the
comment,
other side.
subscribe.
Deuces, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, shout out to Wayne too.